Well, starting on the rear axle now. Got a lot done with this here lately. Getting where I need to set the pinion angle. I should go around the other side where there's a little bit better light. Though it is late at night and it's dark. Anyways, I need to set the pinion angle, and using my little angle box, which is real handy when you're building something. Of course, the battery's not anything to light up, but off my measurements, I need to go down 2 degrees with the pinion, the way it's sitting right now. But I need to remove all this stuff, these U-bolts and these blocks, because I have different ones to put in it. And the reason why I'm changing these is because these blocks are aluminum, and I want cast in it, and I'm going to use the new U-bolts that came with the new kit, which is right here. Cast iron blocks, and the U-bolt, and that's and all that junk. So, plan is to take the traction bars off, U-bolts out, start moving some of the stuff around because the leaves are bowed out. They need to be pulled in. Need to figure out the pinion angle and where these pads need to be welded on at. And once I get all that set, I'll probably tack weld it down in here. And then flip the rear end in here, or take it out, or do something and weld it for good. We'll be done with the rear axle. It all takes time. I'm slowly getting there. I managed to get the traction bars off, the U-bolts out, and the block and the pad out, but I need to address this because that's not the right size. I think I might nip this off. Cut that off in there so it doesn't hit the traction bar. But one of the problems I'm having is this is the pad. There's the little pecker thing sticking out. It won't fit on it. Apparently I need to drill that out bigger. And then this hole is way bigger than that. Actually, all that is a 3/8 bolt to ground the head off of to fit the pads before I decide to put the lowering blocks in it. So now I need to redo that center bolt so it fits tight in here, and drill that out larger so it fits on there. That's what I'm doing next. Now getting the leaves back together. I got the passenger side together over there, and we're on this side right now that I nipped the front off of the springs because they were hitting the traction bars. And also, for some reason, they bow out here. So I ground the backside to where it's more straight. So hopefully it doesn't hang out. Try to rub the tire, which it shouldn't, but you got to both sides, you got these fitting. I need some better light here, but got those fitting. Got the block fitting up in here. Got some better light with daylight instead of doing this in the dark, but you get the idea. Anyways, need to put these leaves back together. I can set the housing back down, adjust everything, get it ready to weld. Alright, got the rear end all back in, got the new U-bolts on, and the cast blocks in. Got it centered this way. Now I just need to set the pinion angle. I'll have to let it down on the ground so I can do that. Probably could do it hanging in the air. I might test it first. But I think I got this all figured out. Tack welded the pads up in there. I just need to loosen all this and probably spin the rim so I can weld that up in there. Hopefully it turns out alright. I've been messing with this thing for too freaking long. Every time I set it on the ground, the rim wants to move back and forth this way. And the pinion angle's wrong. Put the jack underneath it, jack it up, and that goes too far, or not far enough. It's a pain in the ass. Anyways, I need to loosen this up and get it welded. I get the rim in for good. Now the pads are all welded on. Should be good to go. Need to kind of wipe it off there and spray a little black paint on it so it doesn't rust. And then get these traction bars tightened down. This side's already done, I already painted it. And you get this side back on, get this done. Now I got the rear axle in. Guess I already had it in, but I got it all bolted down and painted where it was welded and ground on, and I got a breather hooked up to the housing. Notice I got this stand underneath it. I was trying to angle the rear end a little bit that way so I could fill it with some gear oil. It's nice and full, and of course I made a mess on the floor. Anytime you're messing with oil, I always seem to make a mess with that handy little pump for pumping the oil in there. Instead of screwing around with the bottle up in here, which 9/4 are kind of a pain in the ass to get to. This is because of that stud sticking out there. Now it's dry shaft time. This dry shaft is finished. Also, I made this dry shaft loop up here out of some pieces I had left over from making the cross member. And I bent that around the pulley, heated up with the torsion, just kind of clamped it to it and went around with it. The dry shaft's over there. Astrovan dry shaft worked out pretty good. About the right length. I have some U-bolts here somewheres. Let's see if I got some different ones. They seem like they're a little short. They don't want to stick out. Back here, too good. Seem like they're a little skimpy to me, so I'm going to go hunt some U-bolts and I'll put the dry shaft in.